Bitcoin is pulling back just a hair. Remember, very clear here. And again, I love keeping it simple for you guys. It's one of the most important things because I need it simple, so I assume you guys need it simple as well. The key again, very simply, we have our resistance line here. We have our support line here. That's all you need to know. If Bitcoin breaks and confirms above this one, I would say all-time highs. If it breaks below this one, 52,000 to 49,000, my downside target. So again, we don't need to make crazy like so many out there, so many players out there. They'll have a zillion different indicators on their chart. And I look at that. And honestly, I'm the same way as a lot of you guys. I look at it and I'm like, dude, I don't even understand what this stuff is telling me. 2 lines. That's all you need. 2 lines. Now, again, do I occasionally look at the RSI? Yeah, occasionally. Do I look at a few other things, maybe moving averages, Fibonacci retraces? Yes. But for the most part, you can just look at support and resistance. It's that powerful. Momentum will come in if we confirm above this level. Momentum to the downside will come in if we confirm below this level, and it will drive price action. Again, that's the key there.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoin Zella, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoin Zella offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoin Zella. Subscribe now. In this video, Gareth will share his insights on these levels hold the key to Bitcoin's next move. If Bitcoin breaks and confirms above the resistance line, brace for all-time highs. However, if it falls below the support line, between 152,000 and 49,000, expect downside momentum. Let's join Gareth in this interview about these topics and more.
Look at the S&P 500. So we knew that the breakdown was coming. I have the level that we bounced off of, which I had predetermined and already given you guys that this was a likely bounce opportunity in this game plan. We're now getting close to the first key resistance. Pre-market, let's look at where we're trading pre-market on the SPY. So the SPY right now is at 505.98. It is net positive. If you look at where we closed yesterday, again, we closed over here. So again, we are net positive. We're actually closed right up here. So we are slightly green on the SPY, not by much, but just by a little bit. Either way, if we go back to the daily chart, where is my resistance level? Let's zoom in, and we can clearly see this is your first level. You have this pivot right here, right through this area here, here, and here. It goes right to this low. This should be your first big level of resistance, followed up by this low here of that big reversal candle, which is just a little bit above. So basically, 509 to 512 on the SPY is going to be big resistance. That'll be the first, to me, mega test for the S&P 500 or the spiders here, which is the tracking ETF. That will be, again, your zone of major resistance. Okay, going to the NASDAQ 100. This is, again, very, very important here. The NASDAQ 100 potentially has more upside. The max upside I'm seeing, and by the way, when I say max, it doesn't mean it can't go above that. It's just based on technical analysis. That would be where the highest probability of a pullback comes in. Very clear here, right? Remember this channel, the topping where the distribution was going on? That low we broke down and we confirmed to the downside. What does that mean? It means that if, and I say if because we don't know, but if we get back to this level here, that will be a high percentage opportunity for the market to pull back. And again, that's at approximately 434, I believe, 434 on the QQQ. Now, pre-market, because of Tesla's kicking off, Texas Instruments. If we go to the pre-market action, we're already at 427.54. So we're only about, $6.5 away from that first resistance level that should be major on the NASDAQ 100. You get a good report from Meta today, you really could see that. Now, again, I happen to think that Meta might pull back on earnings, and I'm going to talk about that. In fact, we'll get right into that now.
Bitcoin whales or large BTC holders are actively buying more Bitcoin, showing a fear of missing out, FOMO, as the price nears $67,000. These investors, owning between 1,000 and 10,000 BTC, have increased their holdings by 266,000 BTC since early 2024, now owning 1.24% of all Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading in a narrow range, with significant buy orders placed between $67,000 and $67,500, suggesting a potential price surge. A $35 million bid wall on Binance is pushing prices up, while analysts from QCP Capital predict a spike in volatility after a current quiet phase. There's a growing interest in Bitcoin ETF, with consistent investment from firms like BlackRock, indicating a rise in institutional trust in cryptocurrencies. Investors are on alert for a possible bullish trend as Bitcoin continues to challenge resistance levels.
In fact, let's start with Tesla. So Tesla, guys, again, this could be considered a crowning jewel of a call that I made in this game plan. We also had it with members, obviously, in smart money stocks and ETFs. But again, what I like to do, and this is something that I'm still working on as a trader, and I want to be real with you guys, like, I still make plenty of mistakes in trading. I do. I make a lot less than I did at the beginning, but there's no perfect solution. There's no magic where all of a sudden you just are winning every trade. There's still trades that go wrong. The question is, how do you react? Do you start with small positions so when it doesn't go according to plan, you can maneuver, or do you go all in like most smaller investors do, which is the wrong thing to do, and then you basically get caught with your pants down, there's nothing you can do, right? So you have to look at it like that. Either way, I like to remind myself, and I work on my discipline, that regardless of earnings or what's coming up, I look at the chart. The chart is the true arbiter of truth, or as close as we can get as traders. And if you looked at this chart, and I went over this, how many days did we talk about this chart of liking it down right into this long-term trend line from 2020? And what ends up happening? It ends up popping. Now, is there still a little additional risk because of earnings? Yes, because if it doesn't work out, which again is probability. So the probability here was probably an 80% chance that it would bounce, right? That's what I would give this if I'm guesstimating. Now, there's still a 20% chance it goes awry. Now, the problem with earnings, and I mentioned this yesterday, is that if it goes awry on earnings, it can be a massive loss because stocks tend to move a lot on earnings. So you just have to take that into account. If you're ever going to play earnings and buy or short into earnings, you just have to be very aware that if it doesn't go according to what the chart is signaling, which does happen, the loss can be significant. And that's where you really lighten up the amount of shares that you have exposure to on these type of situations. Okay. Either way, great bounce here, guys. And again, the chart was dictating. I believe this is trading right now in the 160 plus range. If we look at pre-market, near 162. That's a freaking amazing rally on Tesla, guys. So again, if any of you guys had it out there, congratulations. Great job. Hopefully my analysis maybe helped you there just a little bit.
Ripple Labs is contesting the SEC's call for a $2 billion fine over XRP sales. Ripple argues the penalty is excessive and has filed an opposition, suggesting a more reasonable $10 million fine one. The company believes the court's prior ruling already clarifies XRP's legal distribution. Ripple opposes SEC's $2 billion fine demand, suggests a $10 million penalty as more appropriate, reaffirms commitment to follow court's guidance on XRP sales, expresses confidence in the judicial system's fairness, notes recent SEC lawyers' resignations amid regulatory scrutiny. Ripple's challenge to the SEC's demand is a critical moment for the crypto industry, as it could set precedents for future regulatory actions. Federal prosecutors have recommended a 36-month prison sentence for Changpeng Zhao, CZ, the cryptocurrency exchange Binance's former CEO, for U.S. law violations. Prosecutors contend Zhao's deliberate non-compliance facilitated massive unlawful transactions, impacting national security and financial systems. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.